What was the biggest island before Australia was discovered? Australia. I've lost it.
No, you didn't. Well, I mean, no, but technically, isn't America an island?
No,
Because, I mean,
because the question, if that was true, the question would be what would be the biggest island before America was discovered? That would be the slight difference in the question there. The whole point is
because
Australia's the biggest. So the question is, what was the biggest?
An island is just a singular landmass. So surely, actually, it's mainland Europe. Cause that's huge.
I think an island's defined as being unconnected. Like, it has to be, doesn't have to be a country in its own right to be defined as an island.
Not a continent.
Yes. Whereas America's
Because you could just say,
connected to South America.
We could say, well, Asia. That's the biggest landmass.
Yeah, but Australia is only like part of Australasia, which has like half of a different.
But it's not all one landmass. There's New
opposite.
Zealand, Tasmania, Indonesia. They're all lots of little islands. Therefore, it can't be one. How do we get onto these things?
Shouldn't we introduce Pete though, because he just started talking?
Yeah, we'll introduce Pete. Pete is well, we're sat in Pete's house now. I'm Pete's lodger, and we're making use of his dining room table and chairs at the minute.
Which is going to be replaced.
Well, shortly it'll be 5 minutes of this because this has been squeaking all
been
night.
complaining about the creaking forever.
Look. Right.
Oh my god.
Your chairs are
becoming
alright.
apart.
I've got the rubbish chair,
I'm
and I'm the
so glad you
heaviest.
knew
Yeah.
today.
Right?
Yeah.
I should
don't
have.
want
I
to be
should have
responsible for that.
a reinforced chair or a more comfortable chair or
I thought that was a good
an
chair.
ergonomic chair.
I thought that was a good
Right.
chair.
Probably was before Greg sat on it.
And they were all good before Greg sat.
Well, be that as it may, I've been perched for the past 2 hours on something that could give way at any time. Does that sound dodgy? Beyond me.
Add all
So-
the creaking in and you've got something dodgy.
Well, we'll edit the creaking. I don't know if there's an anti-creak button on the effects menu. He's got lots of stories about his family, but we don't want to say anything too personal. We might get another one out of him a bit later. Okay, so that's that. What else should we say? What else should we talk about? I want something really that really shows Angela up for, because I think you've got away
Haven't
with
we done it with creationism?
Well,
No, not really.
I don't know. I think she's got away lightly.
I don't think the whole idea. I don't think the whole idea is a character assassination of Angela.
That was my idea.
Was it?
That was I was I've been looking forward to this.
You should have come up with a longer list then, shouldn't you?
Well, I didn't do a list. I meant to make a few notes.
That's where you've fallen down.
Yeah, touche. Fair enough.
But the rib thing, though. Unbelievable.
Look at you. Look what you've got. Right?
What?
You've got like kidneys and intestines and things. How could that possibly be made out of a rib?
In the same way a person could be made out of dust.
That is
not
no
an
way.
answer. That's not
That
an
is no
answer.
way a person can't be made out
That's
of
the
dust.
second
What do
time
you mean?
you've done that.
What
It
do you
doesn't
mean in the
count.
same way? Like it's an everyday occurrence. Oh, just the same. How are we going to do this? How are we going to do this rib to person conversion, governor? Oh, same way. Are you the same guy that did the dust to human conversion? Yeah, you just do it the same way. Same way as we did last time. And what about the other
You know
million
what to
people
do.
across 7 continents? How are we going to do that? They can all be bred from the same couple in the Middle East. That's fine. How could it possibly happen? Can we just put this to bed once and for all?
No, but I mean,
Because-
after he'd done like 6 days, he
What-
didn't think, I'm going to do NAFL for the rest of the time. He probably got a bit busy on doing other things. Do you know what I mean?
What do you mean
But
got a
they
bit
didn't all
busy?
get
Stars, planets.
recorded.
No, because didn't he do
You
those
think
first?
you've got exam stress? Right? Imagine that. I think they do a whole world in 6 days.
That's pretty stressful.
My point is this: how could Adam and Eve populate a whole world? That's what. That,
You
I'm
made a very
saying,
interesting
probably got
point there
more
about
really.
populating the entire world and different races and different appearances,
Yeah,
different skin
exactly.
colour. They believe that the reason our skin colour changed is because at one time we were all living on the same landmass, then the Pangea, and then
Yeah.
it separated.
That's
We were living
right,
on
and then
different landmasses,
Continental
different
drift.
amounts of
Different
sun and
temperatures,
different
yeah.
levels of.
Water and all the rest
We
of
need
it,
the
yeah.
sun for vitamin to produce vitamin D, so we need different skin pigmentations because
Yeah.
you can't too
Yeah.
much sun.
And obviously
a bad
living
thing.
at different altitudes as well.
But you're agreeing, but
Yeah, she's just,
Just
saying
agreed.
yes. She's just saying yes. Here's an interesting thing, talking about genetic differences between races. I find out that if you could be sitting next, a white person could be sitting next to an African person and be genetically more similar than a white person sitting next to a white person. We think they're more different because visually it's more of an impact. But actually, skin colour is such a small part of our genetic makeup that a black and a white person could be more similar than two white people. Surprised me. You learn something new every day.
That's interesting. I didn't know that.
Ah.
It makes you think, doesn't it, with all the racial conflict there's been in history, even up until recently.
Yeah, and probably still going on in.
Not that it was all right. Not that it was all
It was
right.
never
when
all
they
right.
were
It was
different.
never all right.
Well, that's all right then. But it
It's
just
never all
makes you
right,
think
but-
about it even more.
But there has been a bit of extra, and it's always religion. It's never just race, is it? It's because you think of Northern Ireland and things like that.
No.
Of course, watching this programme that we were talking about right at the beginning of this podcast, the Attenborough programme on the Link, where they'd found the 47 million year old ape-like fossil, or monkey-like fossil, that they named Ida. It mentioned in that programme that all humans were thought to come from the African area of the world originally.
It's still the most fertile land, and it's still got the most diverse wildlife, I suppose.
And
as well.
lots of natural minerals and everything like
Yeah.
that. Yeah. Any thoughts on that, Angela? Not only have we come from something that resembles
Did you watch it?
an early
Bits
ape.
of it, but I think
Isn't
Britain's Got Talent, and there was something. And there was something else as well that I was trying to. I think it might have been Jack D at the Apollo or something like that.
You're right. Britain's Got Talent was on because my girlfriend was in the other room watching it. But I thought,
Who chooses Britain's Got
I better
flipping
educate
talent?
myself. Hold on, they found a 47 million year
It's
old
a
monkey that
scientific
could
and
be connected
historical
to humans.
breakthrough.
Oh no, I'd rather watch
Right.
Simon Cowell.
But what I have to do is think, what are people going to be talking about at work tomorrow?
Well, what we're
Well,
going to
I
be
can get
talking about
involved in
now.
conversations they weren't going to be talking about 42.
Well, you've come unstuck because
Actually,
what we've been
Britain's Got
talking
Talent.
about today.
Yeah, but I've got my way through it.
And anyway, people
They
that
called
people
it
that would rather
Lucy.
talk
They
about
called
Britain's
it
Got
Lucy.
Talent.
No, the
I
one
knew
in the
it was
70s
different.
was Lucy. The one in the 60s.
Yeah, he
also
named it
Lucy.
after his daughter. Woohoo.
Ida. What's
Ida.
wrong with that?
Well, it's, who names like a?
Well, it doesn't
That's
matter if they're the
daughter.
same name. They're not going to get mixed up between them.
One's,
I
mean,
one's
you kind of
47
hope
million
not.
years old and dead.
But one's
the other's
6.
Very much living. Yeah.
I mean, is it a compliment or not? I don't.
Absolutely. Like they both consume like I won't say equal parts of his life because hopefully his daughter takes up more of his life. But
Probably
that's a
right
big
at
part
this
of his
moment,
work.
when he was on the cusp of discovering that, probably that
Yeah.
the fossil took up more of his life.
Do you think it's a bit of a guilt thing, like, oh, I've been concentrating on this fossil too much?
No, it's
Paying
a
attention
celebration
to
of.
my
I would
daughter.
say it's a
Let's
celebration
name
of
after my
love. You'd
daughter.
say, what's the first thing? Oh, I need to name it.
It's two passions.
It's
got passions.
it's the first thing I think of. Oh, it's my daughter, and I think that's quite
Yeah.
a nice thing for a father to do for his daughter. I think you're looking at it too much. The point you've missed the point. He's discovered a 47 million year old fossil. It's a historical breakthrough. What he names it isn't really
But I mean, it's not going to change my life, is it? I'm not going to suddenly.
no,
I don't
but
know.
it's just contributing to knowledge, isn't it? It's like saying why study, so we know
Well,
more
only
about where
study
we've come
things
from.
that you're interested in.
Well,
Things
this
like
was
that.
broadcast at prime time on BBC One, so hopefully lots of people were interested in this.
Mm.
So it's so we know more about where we've come from, so we don't have to believe the crap that you talk about, creationalism or whatever it is. I can't even say it.
Creationalism.
Right, we're not talking about evolution or anything else anymore. Right, we've definitely done that now.